Hello, Steve here. Healthy objectivist. Woohoo! Is it a gimmick? Is it a trolling? Nah, not a trolling. Nah, not a gimmick. Is it a trick? Nah. Look, I just want to add some value to the objectivist space. Just much like the energy specialty of the Alex Epsteins of the world. Here's my card on the table for health. Yes, there's probably some health objectivists out there, but I like to compare notes with them in 10, 30 years. Let's see whose health approach is more effective, mine or theirs. Anyway, each episode I'll try and include a quick little health reference, which will slap a few people, which will other people just think, fuck, an idiot. So yeah, I get it. Today I just wanted to extend something about Yaron Brook. I mentioned in my last video about false dichotomies, and people essentially are acting in self-interest, in rational self-interest, because they're trying to fit into their society, and they do things by muscle, guilt, and tears, as I used to describe it as. But he said something which made sense, like even if you're a teacher, you're part of the community, you're educating young ones and the like, that they're just going through the motions, and they could be helping the world to benefit their life more effectively. But that's the thing. A lot of these people that know that they are teaching not the best of ethics and morals, they could open an independent school and tutor privately and this and that. Well, some people to do things which are more congruent with their ethics and their morals aren't capable. Well, yes, they are. Would be some rebuttal to that, some disagreement. I get it. But much like the argument of if you're claiming stim checks or social security payments when you don't have work as an objectivist, are you doing things unethically or immorally by collecting stimmy checks or social security checks when you don't have work as an objectivist? It's there. Taking advantage of what's available to everybody. So yes, the objectivists should, for a limited amount of time, to collect some social security payments if they're not working, if they're eligible. So if you're in that example that you're a teacher and you don't you're teaching, I don't know, things like the whole woke by even saying like teaching sex to 9 and 10-year-olds. I agree with Leonard, just quickly on the sex ed content. I agree with Leonard Peikoff, where kids learn best in their own lingo and their own means, their own capacities in the schoolyard. Yes, these days some psychopathic kids watching porn at the age of 7, they dig up their mother's or their father's computer, their history, and they stumble onto porn and they search porn, and then they show it to their pupils at school, and fuck. Yes, there are risks in life in general. So, but in the good old days without the internet and readily accessible porn, yes, children are best to pick up a few concepts of sex from their peers. Okay, so if there's a teacher that is teaching something that they don't ethically coincide with, morally, philosophically, yes, they should resign and open up their own school. But come on, in this day and age, in that example, it's tough. So do you forego your 70, 80 grand teaching job, or do you try for a 50k job, or for a brief time, or sometimes even maybe more than just a brief time of nil income, and then you're collecting social security because the objectivist still can. So what's one to do? Yaron Brook indicates they should cease that job by going through the motions. They're not acting in a moral fashion as an objectivist, because they know that they are propagating evil. Do you prevent yourself from earning that income? You may have a mortgage and that sort of thing. Have you got the cojones to make those moves? So it's not a sacrifice. You're still acting in self-interest, I believe, if you're teaching woke crap to our kids. Part of some of the responsibility, some of the moves need to be initiated from parents in that child education content realm. Some may have the capability and understand that they're not living according to their objectivist ethics, but are they capable of taking the risks? And yes, there is the sort of terminology in the lexicon of an objectivist, especially the type in recent times that Yaron Brook often talks about. Yes, I'll mention Yaron Brook as a spearhead of objective thought in this day and age. Currently, 2022, this video, we need to use our mind. We need to be independent with our thoughts. And but what if the independence of certain objectivist thoughts or certain other people's thoughts, which are still acting in their self-interest, haven't even heard of what or understand what objectivism is, they probably may not be capable of putting two and two together. They still are thinking independently, using their mind, but they feel they are stuck, capability-wise, IQ-wise, possibly metaphysically challenged-wise, like me. Formerly, this channel was called the Christian Objectivist. Yeah, that was a bit more gimmicky, but yeah. So that's all. I'm not sure how rambly, how disorganized, how uncoordinatedly unpacked and repacked that was, but just a few thoughts. Some people just aren't capable, haven't got 115 IQ. I don't know if I even do clock 115, but even if someone has an IQ of 90, they understand objectivism in a sense. Do you reduce a 60k job to think with your own mind independently rationally with self-interest. This particular thought, which came from an interview that was published just recently, this particular interviewer of Yaron Brook, he indicated that sort of thing where people do essentially act in their self-interest. Yaron disagreed, saying that they do know, but they're just choosing to act in the collectivist ethical realm, and that they're going through the motions and they should independently think. I don't know. The interviewer in that case, I'm not sure even if this makes any sense to any viewers or listeners, but capacity. Some people just don't have enough brain power to understand objectivity, and even the lower IQ types have their own means to make their way in this world. It is still rationally selfish. That's all I got for now, and yes, I do indicate that I'm going to add a particular health thing in these videos as putting my hat in the ring. The Objectivist on health specialty. No, it's not MD or mainstream medical allopathic medicine based. No. I suggest for today, health tidbit: brain health and hormone health. Cholesterol. Increase your cholesterol intake via saturated fat, dairy, meat, egg intake. Not superheated, not well done with the red meat. Don't have your red meat more than medium rare done, because the whole burnt animal fat and complex adds trans fats, heterocyclic amines and acrylamides in the circulatory system. That's the whole cardiovascular risk part of things, not cholesterol intake in itself. Okay, those scary cholesterol numbers are part of oils and sugar intake. As I'm saying this, I may have mentioned this in a prior video, so if I have, sorry, scrub it or just listen to it again. I won't mention it again, because if I've done it twice, it won't come up again. So anyway, in past videos regarding snippets of health, if you're obese, if you're an obese objectivist, I used to be one for at least a decade. Nutrient deficiencies, that's what's happening there. If you've got chronic health issues, even with Yaron Brook with back issues, maybe decades worth, calcium intake, which is downstream from gluten intolerances and oil intake, sugar intake, and it's complicated. If anyone resonates from some of the health content that gets added into every healthy objectivist video, the website is on the show notes. Have a look. You can dismiss it if you wish. Of course. Anyway, that's it for today. Bye-bye.